Here gets to it. Now they allowed it. There's a pass. Wait, but well, what a way to begin your NHL career. Mark Curtin, his first goal on his first shift at 9:54.
Mark Curtin here, former NHLer. I am battling ALS, also known as Lou Gehrig's disease. My wife Lisa and I were told life expectancy 2 to 5 years. In a matter of seconds, our world came to a crashing halt. The symptoms began with twitching in 2015 and took 3 years of testing to confirm it was ALS.
Love of my life of 35 years and my 2 wonderful sons get to sit here and watch me die of this horrible disease. There has to be a better ending for me.
This is not supposed to happen at 30 years old. Being told you have ALS at 30 is the devastation. I can't even put it into words.
ALS came into our lives in 2019. My vibrant, energetic, intelligent, athletic husband, Dr. Kenny Saran, was diagnosed with ALS at the age of 43. People with ALS are some of the bravest warriors you will ever meet, but they can't do it alone.
You are the people known throughout this country that can stand up and yell out, hey, this needs to be solved. There are people dying every day.
Enough is enough. We can do better than this. I've lost 34 friends to this disease in the past couple of years. It's time to fight back. I don't know how to end ALS, but I know who can. This is the team of experts behind the ALS Super Fund. They direct all funds raised to where it makes the biggest impact to end ALS in North America.
When Maple Leaf legend Borja Salming passed, the Maple Leafs gave ALS Superfund its first donation. Since then, all 7 Canadian clubs rallied behind the cause to help raise $1.3 million. Today, with the Courage to Fight campaign, all 32 NHL clubs have rallied behind the ALS Superfund.
Every time you walk in the room, I could ever be sure of a smile. You were never.
So we are now calling on all hockey fans to join us and support the growing movement to end ALS.
Hello everyone, Wayne Gretzky here. Special hello to Mark Curtin. ALS is a bad disease. It doesn't only affect the person, but the family around them. You need to bring awareness to ALS. So everyone jump on board. These people are wonderful people. God bless, and I hope everyone gets involved.
Mark is facing off against ALS with courage and grace. We all need to join his movement to end this disease. Please go to alssuperfund.ca to join his community and donate. Now is the time. Let's show Mark that, just like him, we have the courage to fight.
Welcome to Courage to Fight, a Canada-wide movement to end ALS. And to just see James Duthie, part of that opening impact video, gives you a sense of why we're here tonight, the idea of collaboration and consolidation of efforts, because together we have a very magical concert. Thanks to Jim Cuddy, will play a starring role with his sons, Devin and Sam. Annie Lindsay's also aboard this evening. So some great music, some great storytelling through the night tonight. ALS Warriors, NHL Hall of Famers will join Mark Curtin, who has cured curated this special night to raise awareness, but more important, to raise money. We're getting so close. Now's the time. I want to take you back to the fall of 1939. The New York Yankees have just won the World Series, their fourth in a row. And they've chartered a train, not a plane, they've chartered a train, and it's hurtling through Ohio and Michigan on its way back to New York City. And the party is raging, especially in the dining car, but in the two Pullman cars on either side of the dining car. And in that moment where the steaks are thick and the air is thick, cigar smoke and the champagne and the beer's flowing, one of the players, Bill Dickey, who was a catcher, who won 8 World Series, 11-time All-Star, he's sitting at the dining table. Across the way is the broadcaster, Red Barber, and he says to Barber, "Let's go see Lou." And you know what that means. They need to see Lou Gehrig. He can't be there's just no way that he can be in that dining car in the condition that he's in. So they move back to the berth, and when they get to the berth, they find that Lou Gehrig is sitting at the window, and he's having a conversation with Fiorello LaGuardia, the mayor of New York City. And the mayor is there to offer Lou a job. He wants him to be the New York parole commissioner. So can you imagine Lou Gehrig, the last 2 years of his life, he was the one who got to decide who gets out of jail, all the while being a prisoner of his own failing body. When the Yankees realized the gravity of what was happening to Lou and the diagnosis had come in midsummer, they had a special day, July 4th, for Lou at Yankee Stadium. You may know there was a speech of a lifetime. It's called the Luckiest Man Alive speech, where he thanks fans, he thanks his teammates. Last, he thanks Eleanor, his wife. And honestly, Jim Cuddy, on your brand new album, the last song, Say Goodbye, has images of your wife, Rena, and it just really strikes a chord with me, the shots of Rena and the thoughts of Eleanor for Lou Gehrig, because she really helped him as parole commissioner. But also he thanked his folks, second to last. And he said, "I want to thank Mom and Dad for working tirelessly to give me an education and to build my body." And build my body was such a special way for Gehrig to say that, because Mark Curtin, when he was growing up in Regina and had dreams of the NHL, his dad, Les, converted their garage into a gymnasium. And Mark would work out every day. He'd lift iron, then he'd go to the football field across the street. He'd run minimum 10 kilometers, often more. And that's why when he first felt the twitch 9 years ago, he thought, well, that's from the weightlifting. It's got to be that. But of course, we now know it wasn't that. And I had a chance to visit his beautiful home in Oakville, Ontario, to have our leader of the night tonight have his opening remarks via a short interview. Let's go to that.
So, Mark, I tell folks all the time, you're one of the few players from your generation to earn $1 million in a season. Only you did it last year, and it was for ALS. It's unbelievable what you've done. Congrats on that. Congrats on tonight. You must be over the moon, because you know how important it is to have this kind of awareness and fundraising to conquer ALS.
Well, without a doubt, we're pretty excited. I've always said that how to find a cure for ALS is to create awareness. Yeah, that's what we set out to do. One of the problems around is that once in a while, you see strong leaders that lead the battle, but what happens is they pass away, and then you have to restart. And so when you think, why is there not a cure in 80 or 90 years? That may very well be it. So when the momentum gets going, and the leader passes on, the momentum has to keep going. That's the key.
You know, that's one of the magical things. Chris Snow obviously was tremendous, the assistant GM of Calgary.
Yeah.
Bob Jones, assistant coach of the Senators. Boreas Salming, when you two were together. We'll never forget that night at Scotiabank Arena. So there's an example. Maybe you went to the 7 Canadian teams and all bought in. So maybe explain the creation of the ALS Super Fund.
Yeah, the Super Fund was an idea that we came up with because we felt that there was too many ALS entities working on their own and duplicating the work. So we thought that we would be much better off everybody working together collectively. So we thought, let's go after the 7 NHL clubs and get them to do their own initiative fundraiser collectively to find a cure.
It's interesting, Mark. They just named the 4 nations rosters. And I looked at your assemblage of doctors and experts. That was kind of a brilliant idea, to have all of them to sort of channel the money once you hit.
They're the top researchers, neurologists in the world.
One of the themes we'll hear tonight is, the trials are taking too long, or there's, levels of government won't allow for the treatments. Where do you feel we're at in terms of, there's exciting news happening? Where do you feel we're at?
Well, there's a lot of trials around the world. There's probably over 180 that are existing right now. Obviously, the people that have ALS now are working for the people that will be diagnosed in the future.
It has been kind of a miracle to watch you operate. There's Wayne Gretzky came in and said, "You're my hero," and we all feel the same way. But Adam's here, and Lisa, and for that matter, Taylor and Sarah. You're all in it together. I would love to know where your attitude comes from.
Well, I think right at the beginning, when Lisa and I got the diagnosis back in 2018, we had to make a decision whether we were going to go and hide and feel pity and what have you, or come out with a positive, strong attitude and, create a plan where we can help others, can make a difference. And I can tell you right now, it would be impossible to do what I do without the support of Lisa and my family. Because unless you're in this journey, it's a tough one to understand. It's the family support and, of course, caregivers as well, because the caregivers are on this journey as well, because the inflicted. So it's a big, big part of our run.
Well, Mark, we did the interview to safeguard. What if you're too tired after the trek into Toronto? That it comes and goes, right? So it's amazing that you have created this night tonight. I think it's fun that there's Hall of Famers sprinkled throughout the show from hockey. There's the Hall of Famer Jim Cuddy's in both the Songwriters and the Canadian Music Hall of Fame. You're in the Remax Hall of Fame, you and Lisa. So to succeed in an NHL career, to succeed in a real estate career, and then to be Canada's Lou Gehrig doing what you've done for ALS Superfund, amazing. Thank you.
Well, thank you.
So thank you to Lisa, by the way, Mark's wife, and Adam, you'll meet in a second here. There's Annie Lindsay and Jim Cuddy, and obviously Sam Pauley and Devin Cuddy are the sons of the great performer there, and Adam, who was a godsend for us recording the interview. Adam, thank you for that. And here he is, still wanting to talk about his top shelf shot. First shift in the NHL. It was a beautiful goal there, Mark. So great, Mark. How are you feeling?
Feel great. I've been looking forward to this night for a long time, Ron.
You've put in so much work. And Jim, it wouldn't happen without you. He phoned me and said, "Do you have Jim's contact?"
Yeah.
I thought, what are the chances? You know how it is to try and pin down Jim. And right away you stepped up. So I'd love to hear why, and then you can take it.
Well, I mean, first of all, any communication I had with Mark was not a question. It was, this is what you're doing. And even the set was like, this is the set. I was like, I don't even know half those songs. I haven't played them for 20 years. But it's ALS has been in my life. One of my very close friends is a sister, and it's a horrendous thing. And I recognize that hopefully through research and money raised, something better can happen to people afflicted with this. And when Daryl Sittler tells Leaf Nation to give, they should be giving.
You know who phoned me on the way in? Wayne Gretzky. So, I mean, you know when he phones. From Buckingham Palace or the PMO's office. And he's got great stories, which I'll share a little bit later on in the show. But you can see it's kind of self-explanatory. The QR code is on the bottom of the screen. You can donate to the ALS Superfund that way. And I should mention, Mark, the Ottawa Senators have given us 2 tickets for the World Juniors. So a real plum prize. We're going to have a little contest through the show tonight. If you would just give us a 30-second video. Shouldn't be long, 20 to 30 seconds. Put it on X or Facebook or Instagram with the hashtag ALS Superfund. We'll find it, and we will judge the best and award that in about an hour's time as part of our 90-minute mini concert. Lastly, Jim, did you want to kickstart a donation, or do you want to just
through this that we're doing, we're going to give $10,000 to the...
Wow.
Yeah.
Thank you, Jeff.
Oh yeah, no, it's
ALS
nothing.
Nation appreciates it very much.
Well, we appreciate being asked to do this, and this is going to be fun.
That's awesome.
We'll exit stage
And
left,
I want to
Jim.
see that goal. I didn't see it.
Yeah, the goal.
I want to see that goal.
Don't worry.
I actually don't believe it.
That'll be his 22nd submission. Have a great show.
Thank you.
Well, they broke off the locks and they opened the doors, pushed up the windows and painted the floors, grew a little garden outside in the rust and sand, raised up the roof till it touched the sky, picked up the pieces that were left to die, brought this building back with a healing hand. When you see trouble, you're bound to move it on the double, 'cause you leave your mark upon everything. In your head those Liberty bells still ring. We know that you don't even mean a thing you say. So you brought in the army to do your job, kicking in doors and swinging their club. Back in the morning to watch themselves on the news. You're just doing the bidding of the money men. If it turns out right, they'll call you friend. One little favor, how could you really refuse? And oh, my heart is sick. Same old useless, worn out thinking. You live your life in the court of kings, bow to the ruler and kiss the rings. But we know that you don't even mean a thing you say. It could happen to you. It could happen to you. It could happen to you sometime when you least expect it. Done by the ones that you never suspected. All of your bills come due. It could happen to you. Same old useless, worn out thinking. You live your life in the court of kings. Count your money as the ribbon sings. Safe and sound when the wrecking ball swings. But all your riches won't mean a thing someday. Oh, it could happen to you.
sound of one hand clapping. All right. And just to be clear, if you don't like the song choice, talk to Mark. It's me, what a big surprise, calling you up from a restaurant round the bend. Just got in from way up north, I'm aching tired now, I could use a friend. Might be a fool, think that you do wanna see me again. I know it's been a while since I talked to you. Nothing wrong, just nothing ever goes as planned. So many times I thought I'd call, didn't have your number in my hand. Well, I know it's true, you never do the same thing to me. I never meant to make you cry, and though I know I shouldn't call, it just reminds us of the cost of everything we've lost. That time in that song, and maybe soon there'll come a day when no more tears will fall. We each forgive a little bit, and we both look back on it. It's just that time in that song. Used to have so many plans, something always seemed to turn out wrong. Never could catch up to you, moving on and doing all you've done. Well, I don't know why, the harder I try, the harder it comes. I never meant to make you cry, and though I know I shouldn't call, it just reminds us of the cost of everything we've lost. That time in that song, and maybe soon there'll come a day when no more tears will fall. We each forgive a little bit, and we both look back on it. It's just that time in that song. We each forgive a little bit, and we both look back on it. It's just that time in that song. Thank you very much.
Do I commit? I don't have the set list, Jim. So is that?
Oh yeah, that's
the
it
end
for
of the
now.
first
I think
segment.
it's back to you, my friend.
Yeah, good. I have your album that I brought in. This is your newest, your
Right
sixth
on. Yep.
Jim Cuddy Band studio album. And honestly, when I saw Impossible, that video, I thought it was the Farm Party, an annual event that you host up in Mulmer District. But it's a beautiful video, and it's by my count, Jim, your 70th single. When you add Blue Rodeo and Jim Cuddy Band together, you got 70 singles. You know how many Junos you have? This is again by my count.
I think we have 400.
Yeah, you do. Mark, you'll get along with Jim for sure. 13. Same as Gordon Lightfoot. Same as Gordon? Yeah, you and Gordon. So there you go. Well, listen, as part of, you see the QR code on the screen, so please make the donation. If you want to get your video in, we still have a good portion of time for you to have a little, who inspires you to have the courage to fight ALS? Send us that on the socials and we'll determine who gets those tickets to the World Junior. Now, a lot of cameos tonight. Your favorite, Daryl Sittler, but first, Börje Salming's wife joins us.
When my husband, Börje Salming, was diagnosed with ALS, it felt like the ground was pulled out from under us. Watching someone I've loved and shared my life with lose his strength, his freedom, and eventually his life. It's a pain that it's impossible to describe. We have to fight for research and for the people who is battling this every day, for Börje and for everyone else.
For a number of years now, I have been proud to call myself an ALS advocate after two former teammates of mine were stricken with ALS, Börje Salming, who has passed, and my good friend Mark Curtin, who continues to battle on. This disease needs a cure. The bravery and courage that these pals and their families exemplify on their journeys is off the charts. So let's make a difference and donate to ALS Superfund and end the suffering once and for all.
Daryl, that night with Börje Salming, so to see Pia and Daryl, magic. This next song, Jim, you're going to start this trio of songs, and they're all beautiful. Mark, you did a great job curating this set list, I have to tell you. When we were in the Olympics in Beijing in 2008, my mom passed away on day 13. Pancreatic cancer claimed mom. So I had to fly home to Oakville, Ontario to be with my dad, and they said, Ron, would you come on day 16 from Toronto? So I did go into the studios here in the city, and I remember, you're a mess. But I had this song. So this is the song that got me through, Jim. Thank you for it. And over to you.
That's beautiful. There's papers scattered on the lawn, birds up on the line, letters left unopened here, there never is the time. There's messages I should return, people I should call, but I'm still tripping over echoes left lying in the hall. There's a light comes through the darkness slowly to my eyes. You can fall back here forever, I just never realized. Oh, time won't let me go. Every night I know you could pull me through. You could always pull me through. Even when I'm lying here, drowning in my blues, you take the sting out of the rain and bring the sun back up again. You could always pull me through. Always stood outside together and we laughed like ancient friends. Then we lay down in a field just where the road begins and ends. Well, I see you in the mirror and I watch you from afar. My friends all think I'm crazy, but I know the way things are. Outside I hear voices underneath the moon, but I'm grateful for whatever breaks the silence of this room. Oh, time won't let me go. And every night I know you could pull me through. You
always pull me through. Even when I'm lying here, drowning in my blues, you take the sting out of the rain and bring the sun back up again. Darling, you could always pull me through. I hope you're traveling well now, and there's stars over your head. I hope the river carries you everywhere you said. Well, I miss the way you look at me, the way you wear your hair. I miss the conversations we left hanging in the air. Oh, late at night I wake up, wonder what's been done. I know our life together will go on and on. You could pull me through. You could always pull me through. Wrap your arms around me and chase away my blues. You take the sting out of the rain and bring the sun back up again. You could always pull me through. You could always pull me through. On the violin. Come on back in, boys. This is my brand new guitar, Boucher guitar, made in Quebec. Beautiful luthiers. Okay, sorry. Should be prepared, but I'm not. Very unprofessional, I'm sorry. You didn't see that. That's the problem with live, we can't edit anything out. They met in a hurricane, standing in the shelter out of the rain. She tucked a note into his hand. Later on they took his car, drove on down where the beaches are. He wrote her name in the sand, never even let go of her hand. Somehow they stayed that way for those 5 days in May. Made all the stars around them shine. It's funny how you can look in vain, living on nerves and such sweet pain, a loneliness that cuts so fine. Find the face you've seen 1,000 times. Sometimes the world begins, sets you up on your feet again, and oh, it wipes the tears from your eyes. And how will you ever know The way that circumstances go, always gonna hit you by surprise. Well, I know my past, you were there. In everything I've done, you are the one. Looking back, it's hard to tell why they stood while others fell. Spend your life working it out. All I know is one cloudy day, they both just ran away. Rain on the windshield headed south. Though she loved the lines around his mouth. Sometimes the world begins to set you up on your feet again, and oh, it wipes the tears from your eyes. And how will you ever know the way that circumstances go? Always gonna hit you by surprise. Well, I know my past, you were there. In everything I've done, you are the one.
Thank you. Ann Lindsay on the violin, Devin Cuddy on the piano. Okay. Hand me my water. So this next song I wrote for Jill Dom. Jill Dom is the wife of John Mann, who was the lead singer of Spirit of the West. And John died of Alzheimer's, and that's a very painful thing to go through, as is ALS, of course. And while they were going through that, they also had a son that lived on the street. So this song was for Jill because somehow she was able to keep a very positive and forward-looking attitude. And I sent it to her, and she liked the song, but she had to play it for her son. And her son sent me a note saying that it was apparent that the song was about a parent's undying love for their child. So this is called Impossible. You tell me walk away, impossible, impossible. Say the world will never change, impossible too. It's a lonely road you're walking on, keeps you down on your knees. Give up on you, unlikely, improbable, impossible. I look at pictures of you when you were a kid. No one ever made me laugh the way you did. Now your darkest nights, they run like a bad dream you once had. Turn my back on you, unlikely, improbable, impossible. Throw the doors and windows wide, chase the ghosts out of this place. What good would living be if I never saw your face? Throw the doors and windows wide, chase the ghosts out of this place. What good would living be if I never saw your face? Go out searching through the shattered beams of light. I wonder where you lay your head down tonight. And I wait here patiently for your heart so open and wide. Give up on you, unlikely, improbable. Turn my back on you, unlikely, improbable. Walk away from you, unlikely, improbable, impossible. Oh, impossible. Oh, impossible. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Jim. So that's, a perfect song for our evening tonight. This is a Courage to Fight, this effort to end ALS, and obviously for all who are living with ALS, To turn our back on them would be unlikely, improbable, impossible. So yeah, perfect song for this evening. And it was funny, I'm sitting next to Adam and Sarah, kids, Mark and Lisa's kids, and they were just so amazed at 5 Days in May, because they're younger, so they don't get to see it as often as I do. Yeah, really a special song. And what's neat about that, you guys, is Daniel Langlois, a famous producer, said to Jim and Greg, you don't have to have a studio or a producer. You can just take your kit and go where you like and play. And you did. Went up to Greg's farm and produced the album of a lifetime. And this woodshed, your home studio and office, reminds me a lot of the settings either at your farm or at Greg's. And it's, you know, I want to thank, by the way, the Mississaugas of the Credit, the Haudenosaunee, the Anishinaabe, and Huron-Wendat. This is their cradle. But yeah, we couldn't ask for a nicer venue tonight, Jim. One thing before we get to the next set of songs, with the boys are going to lead the way. We have ALS warriors. So Jan and Adrian are at the heart of this next, and also Micah and Aliyah. So enjoy these ALS warriors and their thoughts.
Our hearts in our family are broken. We recently lost our son, who was diagnosed with ALS at the age of 39. His name was Jody, and he had just become a young father himself. It took 25 months for this disease to move through his body and take his life. The impact that this disease has on our young grandson and other families in Canada is immeasurable. Canada needs more clinics, more treatment options, and neurologists who specialize in ALS to try and make ALS a priority in our healthcare system. Give people with ALS a fighting chance to beat the clock, a clock that moves way too fast. Thank you.
I'm Micah. And I'm Aliyah. Our father, Greg Gow, passed away from ALS 2 years ago.
Our dad was our hero. So strong, so full of love, and so much fun. So when we learned of his diagnosis, it was hard to accept.
Watching your dad tortured to death by ALS is something that no kid should have to experience. But our dad wasn't a victim. He was a fighter. He helped inspire a Canadian patient-led movement to end this disease. He told us that no other family should ever go through what we did.
Our dad's dream is coming true. The movement to end ALS is growing, and I know we can find a cure.
In the words of our dad, live hard, love those around you, and come together to end ALS.
That was my dad's dream. Let's make it happen.
Just incredible reflections there. The Gow kids, amazing. So back to the contest, Jim. We have 2 tickets to the World Juniors, thanks to the Ottawa Senators. All we're asking is you post a 20 or 30-second video telling us who inspires you to have the courage to fight ALS. And we'll look at all those. We'll post them on X or Instagram or Facebook. Use the hashtag ALS Superfund. That's how we'll find you. And in about a half an hour or so, we'll award those tickets to some lucky winner.
That's awesome.
With that, any Sens fans in the room here? You're all Leafs, aren't you?
How could there be a Sens fan in this room?
Oh, I know, we're in Toronto. Okay, well, back to you.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Mark, for including my brother and I. We are so happy to be a part of this grand event. This one here is called Breakthrough.
Well, I can remember where we met. You were trying to do impressions of the ones that you love best. You got all tangled up and stood there undressed. That's not something that I forget. Well, the next time that I saw you at the bar, you came over shaking hands like you were a movie star. And I asked if you would take me home and read me your memoirs. Yes, I could be your leading star. And I said, hey, I'm breaking through. 'Cause I was once a freedom fighter standing for what's true. But now I'm just another boy in love with you, hoping that you'll teach me to break through. Now tell me, do you like the way I dance? Well, I know it's an quiet day, it's not something at first glance. I think you like the way it makes you feel enhanced. I think you like the way I dance. And I said, hey, I'm breaking through. 'Cause I was once a freedom fighter standing for what's true. But now I'm just another boy in love with you, hoping that you teach me to break through. Well, I even think you like the way I dress. At first it was to cut us a little clueless, but now you do not look at me with eyes of regrets. Now that's what I would call success. And I say I'm breaking through, 'cause I was once a freedom fighter standing for what's true, but now I'm just another boy in love with you, hoping that you teach me to break through. And I said, hey, I'm breaking through, 'cause I was once a freedom fighter standing for what's true, but now I'm just another boy in love with you, hoping that you teach me to break through. I is hoping that you teach me to break through. Yeah, 'cause one day I am gonna break right through.
Sam Pauly.
Thank you, Connor.
All right, now Devin Cuddy.
This song's called Dear Jane. Oh, dear Jane, I hope you get this note. Wish we could do this on the phone. There's a line through every word I wrote. Tries to say I feel alone. I know you went out there to do your part. When you left, I should have known. Now here's what I should have said from the start. No, I won't be there when you get home. Oh, dear Jane, it's true, I loved you so. It's been so long since that time. It's not that I don't love you anymore. It's just I'm moving down the line. Oh, dear Jane, I know that you've been brave. No, I can't imagine what you've seen. They just keep coming wave after wave. Well, and then go back to where they've been. Oh, dear Jane, you'll find somebody new. No, you never like to be outshone. When this war, it is all done and through. No, I won't be there when you get home.
get home. Oh, dear Jane, farewell for now.
Devin Cuddy, dear Jane.
So, Jim.
Yes, sir.
Let's see. I didn't realize, but right there we have some of the donors. Obviously, you're in there.
It's super distracting.
Yeah, is it to you?
Yeah, really.
You're seeing all
Every
the
time
money
a new
coming
one
in.
comes up, you go, where am I in the song?
Yeah. So, BBB Architects, we want to thank you. Mattamy Homes are a huge sponsor. Charitable Impact is the online service. It's the platform that allows generous Canadians to find a way to make the contribution. So thank you to those three in particular. But some of the other donations that we're seeing coming in here from the Louis Del Rey family, Emily and Robinson and Louis Del Rey. We have $10K from them. They have a buzzin fundraiser, as you see. $5K from Kevin Marshman, $5K coming in from Joanne Curtin. Doug Riding has sent us $1,200 from Walter Dazel and $50 in from Rick Richardson. So we're, I think, at $82,000 now. Our goal tonight.
84,000.
84, thank you. Where'd you see that?
It's right in dark letters.
Oh, yeah, there you go, at the top.
Unmistakable.
That is unmistakable. Unpredictable. Yeah, let's just keep using four-syllable words and we'll get through this show. Some more now ALS warriors for us. This time, our dear friend, PJ Stock, who lost Dean, and the president of the Edmonton Oilers, Jeff Jackson. So over to you, man.
Hey, everybody. PJ Stock, former National Hockey League player, and I just want to say thank you for watching and being a part of this tonight. And tonight's all about this. That's my brother Dean. Lost him 8 years ago to ALS. My brother was tough. He was a tough man. My wingman got into a lot of fights together. He just picked one with the wrong opponent and lost his life. We had a year and a half to say goodbye to him. It's too short for anybody. He fought hard, did all that he could, but we all know, unfortunately, until we make a difference, that's the end result. Do what you can do. Help how you can. Thank you. Thank you very much.
It's Jeff Jackson, president of the Edmonton Oilers here, and I'm proud to say that our team, along with the 6 other Canadian teams, are once again stepping up to support ALS research and fundraising. But we need your help. ALS is a horrible disease. It affects all walks of life, can impact families in a seriously negative way. It can strike at any time, at any age, and there is no cure. Please go to alssuperfund.ca today and donate, and let's bring an end to this awful disease.
Thank you, Jeff. Thank you, PJ. His little letter to his brother Dean when we were doing Rogers Hometown Hockey together is one of the great moments, PJ, that you gave us to honor Dean. So, yeah, lots of love to both men there. All right, $15,000. That's all we need. $15,000 away from Mark Curtin's dream of $100,000 tonight in the Courage to Fight. So keep at it. Use the QR code. It's right there. And don't forget to send out your videos on the socials for a chance to win 2 tickets to the World Juniors. Back to the band.
Sam Pauly up again.
Thank you, Ron. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. I know that some of you know exactly how I feel, and put it up on a dusty shelf. Never thinking it's for you, it's only for everybody else. But just one time is all it takes for you to change your mind forever, to finally awake. And there you were across the floor, moving and dancing in that way I just adore. Pardon me, I don't mean to be rude. Now interrupt to see if you like eating late night food. And that could have been the story's end, but as fate or luck would have it, I saw you again. Now it's clear to me to see, baby, when you look at me, I wanna be with you till the end of time. So in the morning when you leave, you come back, say, baby, please give me all your time and love me tenderly. Well, here we go again. Can I hook you up and introduce you to all my friends? And don't be scared, don't be shy. And most importantly, don't fall in love with the other guys. Your love is just for me to share, to hold on forever, forever to take care. Now it's clear to me to see, baby, when you look at me, I wanna be with you until the end of time. So in the morning when you leave, you turn back, say, baby, please give me all your time and love me tenderly. If you ever say you leave me, well, just know that I could never be alone. I've already left so hopeless, no, I can never give it up, give up the only love I know. And it's clear to me to see, baby, when you look at me, I wanna be with you until the end of time. So in the morning when you leave, you come back, say, baby, please give me all your time and love me tenderly. And I'll make sure before you go that, baby, you should know, give you all my time and love you tenderly. Thank you so much.
All right, beautiful. Devin Cuddy.
All right, this one here is a dancing song, so you can dance while you give.
When we were young, we were so in love. Back then, baby, how I held you up above, and we'd go dancing all around. And now come on, baby, let's tear up some ground. Now we are older, standing face to face. Back then, baby, couldn't keep up with your pace, and we'd go dancing all around. Come on, baby, let's tear up some ground. Whoa. Go strolling down that promenade, and you would tell me of the man that you had had, and we'd go dancing all around. And now come on, baby, let's tear up some ground. Then we'd go strolling till that morning light. At your door I'd beg for a kiss goodnight, and we'd go dancing all around. Now come on, baby, let's tear up some ground. Whoa. When we were young, we were so in love. Back then, baby, how I held you up above, and we'd go dancing all around. Now come on, baby, let's tear up some ground. Yes, we'd go dancing all around. Now come on, baby, let's tear up some ground. Oh, I said, come on, baby, let's tear up some ground.
Are we closer, Jim? I can't see.
Closer.
89. We're within almost 10.
89. No, we're just getting there. We're getting there.
So keep at it. QR code's right there. You know what to do. Listen, Mark Curtin played in Moncton. Before he broke in with the Toronto Maple Leafs, he played for the Moncton Hawks. On his wing was Darryl Sutter, not too shabby, good coach. On his team was Bruce Boudreau, On his team was Joel Quenneville. There's another. That's 3 Jack Adams drove. And Ron Wilson, who coached Toronto. That's 4 great coaches, gave him sort of some insight into how to make it with the Toronto Maple Leafs. We have coaches. They are our honorary coaches, ALS Warriors. Let's hear 3 more now.
This is not supposed to happen at 30 years old. Being told you have ALS at 30 is the devastation. I can't even put it into words. And I'm not the only one. There are others my age and even younger that have passed away or are suffering from this illness. My career as a paramedic and the future goals I had with my fiance are all gone. Instead of planning for a bright future and a family, we find ourselves navigating the healthcare system. We worked so hard to get to where we were, and ALS took that all away.
ALS is a horrific disease, and I know because I've had it now for 7 years. Every day I wake up and I choose to continue to fight this. I fight for myself, I fight for my wife, I fight for my family, and I fight for others who are also dealing with this disease. People ask me all the time, how do you deal with a disease like ALS? And I always tell them the same thing. You have to be stubbornly positive. You have to have a strong sense of determination and willpower, and you have to remember to laugh. ALS may take my body, but it's not going to take my mind, and it's not going to take my laughter.
Living with ALS for 3.5 years, but I'm one of the lucky ones. I can still walk and talk, although I can't dress myself or drive because my arms are too weak. You know, 2 new drugs have been approved by Health Canada since then, but I can't get them because of provincial government policies. And sadly, many other patients in Canada won't get future new drugs if we can't change these policies. Thank you.
Thank you. I just mentioned all those coaches. Forgot Claude Julien was also on that. Another Jack Adams Trophy winner. So that's an unbelievable
job.
Mark says I think they had 6 came in and out through the system in Moncton. So you've just met some of our honorary coaches. How about our honorary owners? Here are 2 of our key sponsors.
Former NHL player Mark Curtin was diagnosed with ALS in 2018. Since then, Mark has fought back against the disease by inspiring the ALS Superfund, a movement to end ALS. Charitable Impact powers the ALS Superfund. We give Mark and Canadians like you the tools and support to create real change. Let's build a brighter future.
Made for finding a way to do it on your own. Made for 3 generations under one roof. Made for big leaps and family growth spurts. From your first, to your forever, to your anywhere in between. Homes, made for the real you. Mattamy Homes, a world your own.
Again, thank you, BB Architects, BBB Architects, Charitable Impact, and Mattamy Homes. Where would we be without you, Mattamy Homes? Always there for us. All right, Jim, back to you.
This is a song I wrote for my daughter because she used to cry a lot when she was a child. Anyway, this is one that Mark insisted was on. So this is Mark's song.
Close your eyes, my dear, no need to wake. We all get tired from the chances that we take. I wish that I could take away the tears from your eyes. It's just that sometimes everybody cries. Outside the walls around us, you must be strong. When you feel you're walking all alone, just remember I'll be there to greet you when you rise. It's okay, sometimes everybody cries. I've seen you watching people walking through this world, seeing what they do to try to make it through each day. Don't be alarmed, there's something out there waiting just for you someday. I've seen you watching people as they're walking through this world, seeing what they do to try to make it through each day. Don't be alarmed, there's something out there waiting just for you someday. Let the stars fall down around your head. Don't you worry about the things you've said. Just you drift away into the world behind your eyes. It's okay. Sometimes everybody cries. Sometimes everybody cries. And Lindsay on the beautiful violin. Come on up here, Ron.
You got her. Any word on the tickets? We're good to announce the tickets? Michael, do you have the actual post? I don't know if Michael can hear me. But we have a winner. Liam Litchfield. Congratulations, Liam. And here's what Liam sent in. So let's have a boo.
Hey everyone, I'm Liam. I moved from Ireland to Canada to chase new adventures, but fighting ALS has become one of the most important journeys of my life. I've seen how this disease affects people, and I know we can make a difference together. So let's fight for hope, for progress, and for a cure. Thank you.
Yes, we can make a difference. Thanks to you, Liam, and everybody joining us here on A Courage to Fight. So I'm driving in, Jim, and you know the traffic hasn't been great in Toronto with the work on the Gardiner, and has to be done. So I'm stuck in traffic, and I get a call, and I don't recognize the area code, and I think, well, I'm coming to a gig. It could be Jim. I would recognize yours, but I thought it might be somebody associated with the event tonight. Anyway, hello? Hi, Ron. Wayne Gretzky. Oh, my goodness. Yeah. So I had 3 cars had to peel into the ditch as I went all over the road. Anyway, Wayne called. He was so sorry he couldn't be here for Mark tonight because, he loves him. He's got a charity event, unfortunately, in Florida. And I said, Mark, you cleared it with Jim and me. You didn't clear it with the great one, the date. Anyway, he told me a funny story. He said, I'm playing for the Toronto Young Nationals, which is a junior B team. So Wayne was probably 5. No, he was 14. He's 14, and they're affiliated with the Peterborough Petes of the OHA back in the day. And there's 2 guys for the Petes cannot play. One has mononucleosis, and that's Mark Curtin, and one has a broken ankle, that's Keith Acton. So they call up this 14-year-old phenom from the Young Nats, and he gets to Peterborough, and he's in the locker room between Mark and Keith Acton. And he's looking at those 2 guys like you would and saying, well, they're not that big. If they can make it to this level, major junior, I can make it to this level and perhaps beyond. So he took a bit of solace in that, went out, did the warm-up, came back into the room, and he's sitting there when the coach comes by and says, they're playing Kingston. First game he's going to play against Kingston. Says, when 15 for Kingston gets on the ice, you get the heck off the ice. Oh. And then the coach moves away. And so Wayne says to Mark Curtin, he says, I saw 15 over there. He's like 5'5". He's not a big guy. He doesn't know. Mark says, Wayne, he would spear you. He would pluck your tongue or worse. You don't want to go near him. It was Ken Linsman.
Oh, the rat.
So he won a Stanley Cup, Wayne, with Ken Linsman, and he won a Stanley Cup, obviously, with Keith Acton. But he always thanks Mark for making the opportunity, because he was the greatest mano a mano, and mono is the moral of that story. Okay,
That's pretty good.
We'll come to Wayne
That's
after.
pretty good.
Go ahead. Yeah, back to you.
Well,
for
I
some-
think we're gonna wrap it up here. We're just gonna do one more song. So thank you very much for having us here.
Well, then hold it.
Okay, then hold it. One more thing.
Yeah,
It's
one
like
more
Columbo.
thing. No more. That's right, Peter.
Just one more
Peter
thing.
Falk. I got my trench coat. Why don't we hear from Wayne? But first, Nancy Green and Al. We're going to hear from them, and then we'll come to the final song.
Okay.
Hi, I'm Nancy Green Rain, and this is my husband Al Rain, Mayor of Sun Peaks. We were living a healthy lifestyle, and then Al started losing his voice. In April, he got the diagnosis, ALS. I never imagined that something like this could happen to us. And we've learned that there's been very little support from governments for research into the cause and a cure for ALS. It really is time for governments to step up and be part of the solution. We need to raise a lot of money and focus our research on finding a cure for ALS.
Hello everyone, Wayne Gretzky here. Special hello to Mark Curtin. Listen to everyone. ALS is a bad disease. Doesn't only affect the person, but the family around them. You need to bring awareness to ALS. So everyone jump on board. These people are wonderful people. God bless, and I hope everyone gets involved.
Jim.
All right. So, like I was saying, thank you very much for having us. You people out there are very generous, and if you make it to the $100,000, that would be really amazing. $7,000 more to go. But thanks for your bravery, Mark. It's good to see you and your family here. Really nice to have participated. So thank you, Devin. Take it away.
Got a wife and kids in Baltimore, Jack. I went out for a ride and I never went back. Just like a river that don't know where it's flown. I took a wrong turn and I just kept going. Well, everybody's got a hungry heart. Well, everybody's got a hungry heart. Lay down your money and you play your part. All everybody's got a hungry heart. I met her in a Kingstown bar. We fell in love, I knew it had to end. We took what we had and we ripped it apart. Now here I am back in Kingstown again. Everybody's got a hungry heart. Everybody's got a hungry heart. Lay down your money and you play your part. Everybody's got a hungry heart. Everybody needs a place to rest. Oh, everybody needs to have it home. Don't make no difference what nobody says. Oh, ain't nobody like to be alone. Everybody's got a hungry heart. Everybody's got a hungry heart. Lay down your money and you play your part. Everybody's got a hungry heart. Everybody's got a hungry heart. Everybody's got a hungry heart. Lay down your money and you play your part. Not everybody's got a hungry heart.
Big finish.
Thank you, Jim. Thank you, Sam. Thank you, Devin. Thank you, Annie.
Thank you, buddy.
So great. Yeah.
Thank you for doing this.
Yeah, same. And we're going to bring Mark up here to promote the next phase of our endeavor. Is going to be an auction that will take place in conjunction with the Four Nations Face-Off in February. So that's the ALS Superfund auction. I know Brendan Shanahan and the Leafs have already sent. Well, Mark, you can, when you get there, you can tell us about it.
Well,
we are at 94,000, so we're signing off in like minutes. If you want to make that big $6,000 donation, that would be great. We get to 100,000 right there. Thank you, Adam. And so, Mark, maybe explain the auction for the viewer.
Well, the auction, I got no voice left.
Okay,
but I'll give it a shot.
You're good. Yeah.
So the auction is coming up at February the 6th, and being hosted by Real Sports. It's an online auction. All 32 NHL clubs have agreed to participate, and they're sending game time experiences that are absolutely amazing. So you do want to tune into that for sure.
Yeah, that's going to be
It'll be a great night.
Well, Mark, thank you for this idea. And Adam, do you want to get up here, Lisa and Sarah? Come on up and say hello to everybody. The Woodshed is a special little sanctuary for song, and it was great for Jim Cuddy to treat us to his home.
Well, if I could, I'd like to thank Jim, you and your kids, and Annie. We wanted family. That's why we got the kids involved. And I'd like to thank everybody out there that donated tonight.
Whoa.
Oh, we're over. Yeah. See that? We just went to 105,000.
Oh, Mark.
Yeah. Still time to give, though. Yeah. Why didn't you host this thing?
Well, if I could add one more thing.
Yes, of course, Mark.
Guys, it's this disease of ALS. Don't underestimate what awareness means. And awareness can really make the difference. And it's events like this that create ALS awareness. And we need more of them to spread the word, to find a cure.
Well, yeah. First shift in the NHL, you scored. First concert you've staged as part of the ALS Superfund. You scored again. Maybe I'll call it a home run for Lou.
Oh, there you go.
But yeah, thanks, Mark.
There you go. Thank you, Ron.
Thanks to the curtains. ALS, curtains to you. Thanks for watching. So long for now.